The anomaly. A swirling vortex of four-dimensional energy. It didn't just bend time. It shattered it. And it was hungry for souls. Deafening sandstorm. The freezing cold is gone. Dave hits the ground hard, searing golden sand and the shadow of ancient gods. Before they can breathe, the sand erupts. Not primitive hunters this time. An organized, silent army wrapped in decaying bandages. Dave fires a reflex burst. The 7.62 rounds tear through ancient linen and dry bone. The mummies fall, but they don't bleed. Form up! Brick commands, landing beside him. The veteran doesn't look at the sand. He watches the shadows of the giant statues. They are moving in phalanx formation along the shadow lines. Brick calculates. This isn't a mob. This is an ancient military machine. Dave fires at the shield wall. The bronze is thick. The 7.62 rounds dent the metal, but fail to break the ancient line.
Go, go, go!
Check your fire. We need a choke point. Brick grabs Dave. Fall back to the temple ruins. We funnel them into the columns. They sprint under the legs of a colossal stone statue of Anubis. The architecture here defies human history. It's built for giants. Dave takes position behind a fallen marble pillar.
Again.
He checks his ammo.
Need more ammo.
They aren't just mummies, Brick. This is a nightmare.
Get ready.
Suddenly, the ground shakes violently. Not an earthquake. The heavy grinding sound of solid stone scraping against stone.
What is that?
The colossal statue of the Pharaoh isn't just a monument, it is a guardian. And it has just woken up. The modern assault rifle against a god of stone. Brick racks the bolt of his AK-47. Target the glowing joints, fire! The 7.62 rounds chip the ancient stone. But it's not enough. The colossal Pharaoh raises its staff, blotting out the sun.
Fire at the leg joint!
Its armor is solid rock, but the blue energy joints are exposed when it moves.
That, Brick
analyzes.
Moving now!
Concentrate fire on the left knee. The giant staff crashes down. Solid marble explodes into dust. Dave dives, feeling the terrifying kinetic shockwave rattle his teeth. There is no time to breathe. The silent phalanx of golden mummies marches through the dust, trapping them against the temple wall. Dave screams, holding the trigger down. He dumps a full magazine into the glowing blue crack of the giant's stone knee. The concentrated fire works. The blue energy flickers. The ancient stone cracks, groaning under the immense weight of the statue. Brick doesn't wait. He sprints toward a fallen pillar, using it as a ramp to launch himself high into the ruined architecture. 3 mummy warriors block his path. Brick doesn't slow down. He uses the momentum to deliver a brutal flying stock strike. Golden armor crumples. Ancient dust erupts from the impact. Brick uses close quarters combat to violently clear the high ground. Standing on a ruined archway, Brick is now level with the giant's damaged knee. He pulls 2 M67 grenades. Let's see if gods bleed, Brick whispers. He drops the pin. A perfectly timed throw straight into the glowing blue crack. The green explosives tumble deep into the magical joint. The Colossus raises its staff again, entirely unaware of the modern payload. Double detonation. Expanding gases inside an enclosed stone chamber. The giant's knee completely vaporizes in a catastrophic blast of fire and rock. The 3,000-ton stone god topples. Gravity finishes what the grenade started. A catastrophic collapse of ancient architecture. Impact. The earth violently shudders. A tidal wave of pulverized marble and ancient dust erupts, swallowing the temple and the mummy phalanx. Dave braces for impact. He covers his rifle mechanism. In the desert, sand is just as lethal to an AK-47 as water. As the thick dust settles, Brick emerges like a phantom. He sweeps his muzzle across the silent, gray, devastated courtyard. The golden phalanx is gone, crushed under thousands of tons of their own fallen god. The battlefield is completely buried. But the giant's fall didn't just kill the army. It cracked the courtyard floor, revealing a massive, perfectly square, pitch-black sinkhole. Dave stares into the abyss. Cold air rushes up from the dark. It's a tomb,
I can't
Dave
stay
whispers.
Here.
We can't go down there. Brick clicks on his tactical weapon light. A powerful white LED beam pierces the ancient darkness. The portal energy came from below. We move. They rappel down using paracord, leaving the burning desert sun for the freezing claustrophobic catacombs of the Great Pyramid. Boots hit solid stone. The air here is dead, stale, unbreathed for millennia. Dave sweeps his rifle light across the walls. The flashlight beam reveals a terrifying sight. Hundreds of golden sarcophagi line the vast, dark hallway. They are not tombs.
What are they?
They are barracks.
Empty.
Brick taps his spare magazines.
Just
only
these
two
two
left.
left.
No full auto, he orders.
Semi-auto.
We are in the belly of the beast. Headshots only. The heavy silence is broken. A horrific grinding screech echoes through the dark. The golden sarcophagi are being pushed open from the inside. Dave remembers the order. Semi-auto. He aims the flashlight. A mummy emerges. The trigger, one precise 7.62 headshot. Strobe mode! Brick shouts. The tactical flashlights begin to violently flash. It blinds the undead eyes accustomed to millennia of absolute darkness. Brick conserves ammo. He draws his combat knife. Gliding through the strobe lights, he severs ancient limbs with ruthless
your beam
mechanical precision.
steady.
But the hallway is endless. Beyond the flashlight beams, hundreds of glowing eyes ignite in the blackness. A sea of the dead. Dave is cornered. A heavy bronze Kopesh sword violently slashes across his chest. Kevlar holds against ancient copper, but the force drops him. Brick steps fiercely over Dave. 3 precise shots ring out. The heavy hollow points shatter the mummy's skull to dust. Get up, soldier! They retreat into a narrow antechamber. Brick uses the doorway as a fatal funnel. The Spartan strategy of Thermopylae, executed with modern ballistics. The bodies pile up. The dead become a barricade against the living. But the AK-47 barrels are glowing red hot in the darkness. The bolt locks back. Empty.
Last
Brick
one.
loads his final magazine. 30 rounds
Just
left
need
to
to
reach the
chamber
pulsing
this.
blue energy source below.
No!
Suddenly, the ancient stone floor beneath them shatters.
Back, Dave.
It wasn't a solid room.
Falling.
It was a trap door covering a
We gotta
massive
keep
underground
falling.
chasm. They plunge into the darkness, swallowed by the catacombs. But below them isn't a tomb floor. It's an ocean of glowing blue temporal energy. The blue light swallows them. The roaring wind stops instantly. The brutal gravity of the fall vanishes, replaced by a cold magnetic suspension. They crash onto a hard, sleek surface. It isn't ancient stone. It's polished obsidian metal, humming with raw, unlimited power. Dave lowers his rifle in disbelief. Giant stone pillars merge seamlessly into glowing blue alien servers.
Unbelievable.
The catacombs were a disguise. Brick approaches a central console. He ignores the hieroglyphs and focuses on the digital interface.
Unbelievable.
This is a temporal
This
engine,
is it.
he mutters. The console projects a massive hologram. Earth. But the continents are moving, spinning backward
I
at
can't,
millions
it's out
of
of
years per
control.
second. The Great Pyramids aren't
gravity
tombs. Brick realizes,
is not
his
holding it
tactical
back.
mind putting the pieces together.
We are the
They are
anchors.
containment units for this machine. But the machine isn't unguarded. Heavy robotic footsteps echo from the
cannot
darkness.
stop
A metallic nightmare steps into the blue light. The robotic Anubis raises its energy staff. Dave and Brick instantly snap their AK-47s up. 30 rounds left. 2 men against the gods of time. Dave's finger applies 3 pounds of pressure to the trigger. But the machine doesn't attack. Its jagged jaws open. A terrifying sound erupts from the ancient metal. Not a roar. It's modern English, buried in heavy radio static.
What?
Identification required.
Won't take it.
Surviving the past was brutal, but fighting the future is the real war. Like, subscribe, and share to follow Dave and Brick into the temporal engine.